Hi Farhan, how are you?
Hello, Prayesh ji. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. You are one of the few people who calls me with a G in the end, so I really appreciate you giving so much respect. But I think it's also a cultural nuance, and lovely again for you to take out the time today to talk about your journey to Georgetown. So let's just start, Farhan, with a small introduction about you, like give a quick background, work-wise, academics-wise, GMAT, GRE-wise, a little bit of your background in your profile.
Yeah, so I've been involved into my family business ever since. Um, that's into manufacturing. Um, so I was involved into the business for around 4 years full time. After that, I had a thought in my mind that why not upgrade myself to expand my business furthermore. So I had an idea to um, apply for an MBA program. Um, my academics were not that great. I had 59% in my undergrad and in my postgrad certificate program as well. So that was a point of concern for me. Um, so the my like I had appeared for GRE like 4 attempts as well. So I had secured 331 GRE. So and like I had this concern that my academics are not well. I definitely wanted a uh, good consultation and someone could focus more on my experiences and more on my other parts of my application. So I had contacted LilacBuds for that.
Yeah, and you came to us, I remember you had these exact same concerns about the academics. And if I recollect, our conversation was very tightly focused on your family business oriented experience, right? Where you were somebody who's introduced a lot of innovation in your own business. And maybe you could talk a little bit about that, right? Like how your profile was unique from the business perspective compared to somebody who's leading a traditional business.
So my profile has been different in the sense in such a manner that uh, I was a part of family business, not a traditional a 9 to 5 job like other applicants. And uh, what I was very strong about was my experiences in the business line and the lack of my academics. Those were the two things that I think that make me a different candidate from the others.
Yeah, I mean, Farhan, what I wanted you to probably add a little bit on was the specific aspect of how you had added innovation into your product pipeline in your workplace
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah,
yeah, and maybe a
yeah,
little bit about that and how you were able to, kind of build around it because you scaled your business significantly and protected your business interests. And
yeah.
those were the skills I think that we really wanted to emphasize when we were doing the MBA application.
Yeah, exactly. So we are into agriculture, sprinkler pipe manufacturing industry. So by leveraging my previous postgrad certificate, I had knowledge of like I got to know about intellectual property, and by then I came up with an idea to uh, introduce red color combination pipes to the market, and we had also received a patent and trademark for that. So that had been a key aspect of my professional journey until now, and through that we were able to gain around 150% excess sales in around 1.5 year.
Yeah, yeah, that I think was a major win factor, right? So even though your
Yeah, exactly.
academics were not top notch, but your GRE was really good, and so was this wealth of experience that you carried forward. Now, also the other angle in your profile I would bring out was that you came from, a non-metro city in India. You're from Bhopal, and you came all the way to meet me in Mumbai along with your father at that point in time. Uh, what was the takeaway message after you interacted with me and my team overall through the process of even before you enrolled with us, right? Like, why did you make the decision to work with us?
So, like before enrolling and getting to meet you, Prayasji, like there was a lot of clutter going on in my mind, and also the like timeline was very short. So, by like just after meeting you, we had a like me and my father both had a relief, breath of relief just after meeting you that there is someone we could trust and go ahead with, and someone could manage our tight timeline as well, and uh, could make the most out of it.
Yeah, I remember the tight timelines was quite a discussion because I told you that evening that, hey, you know what, let me talk to my team before we even take up the case. And
Exactly.
Utkarsh had to really be on board. Utkarsh was going to be your primary mentor at that point in time. So
Mm.
if his availability was more than 100% for you, then only we knew
Yeah.
that those timelines were met because we had less than 20 days to your first deadline, as far as I remember. And that was
Yeah.
definitely a point of concern at that point in time. All right?
Yeah. It was, yeah, like barely 20 days. Like it was even less than that.
Correct. So with
Yeah.
that, Farhan, now that of course you had a successful admit with scholarship, could you kind of share where all you applied, which programs you got interview calls from, where you got admitted with scholarships?
So I had primarily applied to Georgetown University, UCSD Ready, Babson, Mirage. So I had primarily applied to. So I got an interview invite from UCSD Ready and Georgetown, and so by the grace of God, I got an admit to Georgetown with a scholarship of $40,000.
Yeah. And the $40,000 scholarship is extremely unique. That's
And
nearly
yeah, so that was
33% of your tuition fee, I'm guessing. And I think that you are one of the very few candidates, Farhan, I mentioned this to you earlier as well, who's got this
yeah,
Georgetown scholarship, right? We have at LilacBuds
yeah,
specifically this year, we've got four, probably five plus admits this year into Georgetown, and you are the only one who's
yeah,
got that big a scholarship uh, at that university. Of course, you're still awaiting a decision from a couple of other schools where the final decisions are not yet out. But
yeah,
Georgetown, being one of the best ranked from the list that you had, was the ideal fit. Now, I
yeah,
remember we applied to Babson because of the entrepreneurship angle, and
exactly.
we applied to Rady and Mirage because we also had an interest in California as a region.
Yeah,
And we were, of course, a bit late to apply to Marshall and UCLA Anderson at that point in time because the deadlines were much earlier. But
yeah.
cool. With that, Farhan, tell me if what would be the highlight of the entire interaction that you had with Utkarsh and me on the team in terms of your application process, whether it be your essays, your resume. What is one thing that you remember would be like, you know what, this really was amazing for me. This is where I really managed to get the most value by working with a consultant.
I would say that the one key aspect would be the timely availability, especially of Utkarsh, who has been uh, with me uh, just he was just a message away, and you Prezi as well, like uh, throughout the admission process I had multiple doubts at every point in time, that shortlisting of university, what to write in the essay, how do I uh, go ahead, and like there were multiple things going on in my mind at that point in time. So the response and timely response and the expertise has been like really helped me to get that through.
Thank you very much for that, Farhan. And I think one of the other aspects I would recollect is how we were doing our multiple edits, like, three, four universities going on in parallel would have been a lot of
Yeah,
context switching. and Utkarsh leading some of those draft editing, and some were being led by me. I think it was a truly parallel effort, right, in terms of making sure that we hit the timelines, because all your deadlines were within that 10-day window. You had five schools. We started late. Definitely a lot of feeling of being rushed, but at the same time, your availability also was in the beginning days. We had to, I remember, actually make sure that we had to firmly put it to you that please make sure that you are also available, because between
Yeah.
running your own business and making sure you're available for application related discussions, we had to ensure that we had to run a tight ship there. But
Mm.
all's well that ends well, of course. And then we had the interview preparation going on. Around now, I remember you doing the video essay prep on the portal, sending in your responses, the entire live face-to-face video interview prep as well.
Uh,
What was that experience like for you?
That was a great experience for me. That uh, the reviews that I got from you and Utkarsh were really helpful for me to build up upon. I give a credit to that for cracking my interviews. Uh, the thorough reviews, like of starting, like the middle section and the ending section, that really helped me a lot. The self prep option that is there at the LilacBuds portal, that also gave me quite uh, a boundary line of the question that could be asked. So these have been my key aspects that I had really benefited from.
Cool. All right. And just final question, I think, is now that you've got your admit, you're headed to Georgetown. If there's a new applicant, maybe in another city in India, looking at you and saying that, hey, Farhan, what would be your advice to me, right, as a student, somebody who's applying for 2026 and beyond? What would be your top advice to somebody who's going to start their application journey now, either to in terms of the application process itself or working with us?
So I think that the key aspect would be getting in touch with the right people. That would be the only thing that I'd like to say, that the right person would guide you in the correctest manner and would be readily available. The
Sorry,
expertise, yeah.
could you repeat that? What did you say?
So the expertise they have would also be a point to look at. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Farhan, for this. Lovely chatting with you today. And I know that you're on your way for the visa application process at this point in time, locking down your Georgetown admit. So let's hope that
Yeah.
all goes well. And again, Lilac Buds would be happy to assist you for any other post admit services that you needed at that point in time, whether it's foreign exchange, whether it's your loans, um, anything that I think is generally required post admit is also available through our partners as well. But once again, Farhan,
Uh,
thank you for the time and lovely chatting with you today.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.